to give you a little tip. My quilt is about 2 inches off on some places because it's not exactly square. It's not perfect. So when I went to do this second row of quilting, this is where it ended. And I knew something was off when I had to keep adjusting to get to the connection point on this quilt on this row, and I'm like, something's not right. So either like something glitched in my system, or my quilt is a little bit longer on places, and I think it is because I think I remember I had to do some adjusting when I didn't really square it. I don't usually square it till after I'm done. So here we are. So it ran through, and what I did is I hit repair pattern, and I put it right here on this last mark so it'll match up. See, right here, about right here where it'll match up, so that I can run this section again to fill in this space, because if not, it's going to look weird. So what I did is I hit repair pattern on here. I hit closest stitch, and I released the carriage, hit closest stitch, and then I put it right here. I put my needle right here so that it would know, and then it went backwards, and looks like we're just repairing the pattern, even though we're just trying to extend it. So excuse me from if I'm swinging the camera around too much. So now I pulled my fabric down to where I'm at the starting point. I'm fixing to pull my bobbin, and then I'm going to let it quilt, and I'll show you how it does. So stay tuned. Guys, I just did it. I didn't want to film it stitching because it's very loud, and I didn't want it to like blast your eardrums. But as you can see, it didn't line up just perfect, but it's good enough. I can do a few hand stitches right there if I want it to join, but I don't really care. As long as it's close, it's fine for me. And I was able to get a few extra inches so that it doesn't look weird. And again, the process I did is once it finished stitching, before I pulled the bobbin, well, I pulled the bobbin, but before I hit mark zone, I hit repair pattern, and I just moved my needle over to the matching spot on my what had already stitched out that matches so that it would continue on. And then I pulled my fabric down so that I would be right at my spot where I stopped, and then hit pull bobbin, and then it stitched on, as you can see. And then after that, I just hit finished, back to placement. So we're back on that same zone, zone 4A, zone 4, A and B and C and D. But then all I have to do now is go to, once I pull my bobbin, is go to zone utilities and hit next zone, and it'll mark my zones again for me. And I'm probably, if it's longer on the other side again, I'll probably have to do that on the other side. But it's a lot easier than having to go back and unstitch and then stretch it out. Because I had 42 on my original measurements, but then I had something else. I had the length wrong, so I just went and looked at the pattern, and mine was a little bit longer on some places. But the first row stitched out beautifully. It went point to point. So I'm thinking my quilt's just not square, and that's fine. So that's kind of weird, but if you ever get into that situation where you're running short and it's, going to be obvious on your quilt, try that. If it's a pantograph, if it's an edge to edge, if it's just like a single place set pattern, it might be a little different. But if it's edge to edge like that, you can always just go to repair pattern and find that repeat and try to join it up as best as you can. I hope this helps anybody who's got the QCT6 automation. Let me know what you think, if this is a good workaround for any type of hang up you have. I am doing this with a little Rebel and a cutie frame, the original cutie. I love these little things here. Apparently These are the bomb. You either love them or you hate them. But those are the bomb. So anyway, I keep digressing. But have a great day.